Good morning, loves. I am your host, Dee Shields, and this is another More Tea with D. This is the tea drop. So I appreciate these drops that keep coming in my DM. Make sure you're following me so you can send me your tea drop for me to rebuttal too. So this one comes from Essence. We love her. Essence out of Fort Hood, Killeen, Texas area. You've seen her on the podcast a few times. We talk relationships. That's what we do. So this one is shared by her. We're going to go into details with it. This was seen on TikTok. I'm not going to play, for just copyright etiquette. I'm not going to play her video, but the user is Dane. And that's where it came from on TikTok. So feel free to go over there and listen. She has quite a few up, so you may have to catch up because she's already put maybe 5 or 6 up since that particular topic, which is the one that we're going to cover today. So get your pen and pencil ready. I have 5 points, and we need to make sure that we invite all of our friends, right? So don't forget. Thank you so much, you guys. For coming by. Let's call this church. Let's call this dating church service. All right, so always having fun with the comments, right? So let's call this dating church service. Chat back, okay? All right, so I am going to share this particular one on Facebook. I'm also going to make sure that you guys can see my chat. Welcome. Thank you for those who are patient in this process, because I bring me, and that's the team, right? So you guys already know how it goes. You can listen to the podcast 24/7. It is available. You can either listen here, hashtag More Tea with D, or you can listen to my other podcast, I Am D Shields Podcast, or you can listen to Lyrics Breakdown, episodes over on the Honey and I'm running 5 different podcasts. I love it. I love being a host on all the different various topics, but I also love being the creator of so much, right? Because it just taps into this creative energy that I carry around often. Forgive me, I'm traveling still, so I'm trying to make sure that I stay on time so that I can be on time for all of my travel requirements. So just catch up on social media so I don't go into that whole topic of everything that I've been doing and get off task, okay? Right, so we have 5 points. I hope you have your pen and paper ready. I hope you have your journals ready. And it's a little early in the morning, Essence, for my usual, but I had a lot to say with that one. That one was extremely interesting to watch. So the user again came from TikTok, and she said, men enjoy sex. One of the many things that she said, paraphrasing, men enjoy sex, but they do not like women. She said, men enjoy sex, but they do not like women. So that's going to be my rebuttal today. Make sure you're writing your journal, dshields.com. You can sign up for a relationship coaching session. I've been doing this a long time. I don't know a couple that's ever split up when they've been coaching with me, okay? So the couples that I've coached over the years are, so many of the really great ones are on 15, 20, 30-year runs right now, okay? So I don't take full credit for their love lasting that long, but I do know that I am not a coach that's going to come in and destroy what you have going on. And for those who have been single and found love, for those who have been single, who are still single and haven't, or maybe returned back to single, I'm just that person that they come to get what they need, and I hope that you as a listener are able to do the same. I would love to coach with you. I would love for you to officially call me your relationship coach, so please do sign up. So make sure that you go over to DEESHIELDS. I spell it all the time because a lot of people spell my last name wrong. All right, so DEESHIELDS.com and book a session. I would love to have a conversation with you one-on-one. We cannot interrupt class to to do the individuals today, but I will answer questions. The chat is open. It is live. You can find it on Twitter, Facebook. I'm not sure where you're listening from this morning, okay? So you can always find me on social media. I am D Shields. You can also go to the new official page on Facebook, DESHIELDS. Has a book cover. Remember this, not just anyone will do. Book cover is the current profile photo if you're trying to see which one, okay? All right, let's get over to our notes. And excuse me, like I said, I'm putting on some makeup and getting ready to travel. I am not in Colorado. I'm out of town right now, so it's not going to have a studio feel, but you're going to get definitely everything that you need, okay? Write this down. The topic today, more tea with D. I'm your coach, relationship coach D Shields. Men enjoy sex, but do not like women. That's what the user on TikTok, Dana Dane, said. Beautiful woman. She's an entrepreneur, has a lot of things that she's selling, possibly even this conversation. So we're going to go into that in a couple of my points. So right now we're at point number 1. Look, men. Let's just talk to the men first because, you know, that's where we come at first. Be very careful not to go straight to the women on topics when most certainly this one derived from the actions of men, right? So men, this is also for this particular topic is for straight couples. You do not have to go on an LGBTQIA rant because this particular topic was submitted by a person who is straight, and she wanted to have an answer regarding things that she do in regards to being straight, okay? I have something for everyone. If you're reading the books, then you know I go all the way across the board because relationships are diverse in nature, and you guys need to stop approaching them as one way, all right? You can write that down. Have fun. That's a good one to add as a sidebar. All right. To acknowledge this, she said, men enjoy sex but do not like women. So men, to acknowledge this, women, to acknowledge this, to let men, brothers, your other brother get away with it by going, that's just how it is. Is that what we're doing? You're just going, oh, yeah, that's just how it is. Now, there is an aspect of, look, men are going to be men. You know, men are from Mars and God knows where else from the universe they pull them from. There's all that, right? But at the same time, this is destructive to behavior when you say straight men enjoy sex, but they do not like women. You know, I had a question mark when it came to me, so I had to watch it again. I've watched it all week about 10 times, right? So to acknowledge this, to let men get away with it by going, that's just how it is a disaster for the future of relationships. That's what you're going to write down. To sit in this and to acknowledge it, that's a disaster for the future of relationships. We're not going to do that, especially the future of straight relationships, right? Time for accountability with men on this behavior. That's point number 1. She's done. She has nothing more for point number 1, okay? So that is just a disaster for men, disaster behavior with men with this type of behavior, okay? It is not okay to say, I love women, I'm dating women, I'm pulling in dozens of women per month. Some of you got it like that, right? So you're pulling in a dozen or more of women a month, right? But in this process of doing so, you're destroying people. You're destroying what they think. You know, she referenced a very popular Samuel in her video. She didn't say his name, so I'm not going to say it either. But she referenced how people are very willing to follow Mr. Samuel, right? So, you know, because they're saying, okay, well, his way of looking and treating and thinking about women is a better way. And it was easy for them to sell because there's no accountability going on when it comes to this type of behavior. So if you say, well, hey man, I don't really want to be dealing with women at all. Women aren't this, man. Just take them and bet them. Why are you any different than a pedophile, a predator, a child molester, or a rapist? Accountability. Who hurt you? Start there. Accountability. Think about what you're doing. What's different? You're betting them and choking. You're betting them and throwing them away. You're betting them and ghosting them. So why are you any different? Throwing someone and leaving them on the side of a garbage can after taking something very sacred from them when you never had any intent to do right by them. That's predator behavior. You need counseling. You're borderline rapist. She said what she said. So let's go on to point 2. All right. Beware of bitter women advising you. Ladies, look. Point number 2. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. She's not going to change how she feels about that. So write it down. Write it down. Beware of bitter women advising you. Moving around quite a bit as I get ready to travel. Write it down. Beware of bitter women advising you. Now, this one we're going to move you over because it is complicated. It can be chopped and screwed, and sometimes you may need therapy, you may need a psychiatrist. So because of that, this is not one we're going to be able to go into deeper detail on. Write it down. You know where to find me. You can go in the DM or you can go to dshields.com. You can book a relationship coaching session. Those are affordable. Go over there, choose a session that you want. Send me a message. We'll get started. And we're going to go over some of the things that you've heard. Your perspective of bitter may not be bitter, so it really depends on culture, environment, person. It's so much that has to be broken down. And it also may be that you need something deeper if you're not recognizing people putting their hatred into you, right? So if you don't see the signs of that, you could be really lost, and it may go beyond coaching, right? There's coaching and then there's counseling. Okay, so it's a little deeper than that, so you're just going to write that one down. You feel like that one's for you and you need to come on over. We're going to do a session and we're going to go deeper into that, okay? Because you need to be aware of who's in your life, because it could be someone as close as your mother. It could be someone as close as your sister. Let's put this eyelash on. It could be someone as close as your auntie. How many times I have to tell y'all about Auntie Strawberry in my books? Huh? Y'all know how Auntie Strawberry is. If you're reading the books, then you know all about Auntie Strawberry. So go over there and read the book so you're going to be left out. All right? Let's check the chat. All right, so that's where we stand on that. So feel free to leave a chat. Feel free to leave a message. Let's make sure that everyone is telling a friend. So let's pause and tell a friend, right? So tell your friend to tell another friend to please tune in to the show. All right? I'm going to even share it with EERF group today. I think that you guys can get something out of it, and then I'll go back and have a personal chat with you, okay? All right, so let's get this over in all the different